Kelson Education. Today, we are going to be starting with the basics of mathematics. I know some of you out there have had challenges studying mathematics in class and on your own. Well, it is very important that we start with the basics of mathematics, try as much to understand it before we move on to the advanced part of it. If we are able to understand the basics in terms the foundation of mathematics, then it's going to be much easier and lively to study mathematics in general. Today we are going to be talking about numbers. Perhaps you might say, we already know what numbers are. Yes, I do know we all know what numbers are. We studied numbers in kindergarten and elementary classes. But why is it important to study numbers today? There are different types of numbers that we are supposed to talk about in the basics of mathematics, so we'll be doing that. But then we should know that when we know the different parts of numbers which are used in mathematics, it's just like studying the alphabet of a language. By so doing, it's going to be much easier and fun to learn the language. So it is very important to understand the numbers, the different types of numbers, the even numbers, the odd numbers, the prime numbers, all the kind of numbers that we might be facing through our class in mathematics. Then, don't you think it's very important that we study about numbers and know them very well? So what if I ask you what even numbers are, what odd numbers are? Can you explain them very well? You see? So it's very important that we understand these basics of mathematics before we move on to the advanced part of it. So under numbers, we'll be talking about the very basic parts, which has to do with the whole numbers. Then counting numbers. Well, what are these two numbers and what is the difference between them? Well, they are all numbers, and yes, I know they are all numbers, and the only difference between these two numbers is that the whole numbers begin from 0, then 1, 2, 3 to infinity. But counting numbers begin from 1, 2, 3. So the difference between whole numbers and counting numbers is the 0 number. But we do know that we don't count things from 0. How many oranges do you have? And I'm like, I have 0, 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's not how we count, right? So with counting numbers, we start from 1, as normal as we are counting your own oranges or mangoes that you have, or a pair of shoes that you may have. So we start counting numbers from 1 to infinity, but whole numbers begin from 0 to infinity. Also, counting numbers can also be called natural numbers. I do say you don't start counting natural things from 0. Like example as I've already given, let's say trees. There's natural stuff. So how many trees are in your house? You're like 0, 1, 2. It doesn't really make sense. So natural counting and normal counting, we start from 1 to infinity, whereas whole numbers start from 0 to infinity. That's being explained and understood. We are going to move quickly to some of the numbers that we need to understand in this tutorial. We're going to start with the even numbers. What are even numbers?